Hello, my name is Emily Forrest, and today I will be presenting on Seenig versus Infinity Broadcasting Corporation, which was decided by the Court of Appeals in 2002. To start, there are some key terms that will aid your understanding of the case. Just to review, defamation is the defaming of a person in a way that damages or puts down their character. The second key term is the anti-SLAPP statute, which stands for Strategic Lawsuit Against Public Participation, that the state of California created. You can use California's anti-SLAPP statute to counter a SLAPP suit filed against you. The statute allows you to file a special motion to strike a complaint filed against you based on an act in furtherance of your right of petition or free speech in connection with a public issue. We will come back to this term in the discussion of the case. In the facts of the case, Jennifer Seenig sued Infinity Broadcasting Corporation for defamation on the radio. Jennifer was a contestant on a reality TV show called Marry a Multimillionaire. Before the show was about to air, a local radio station asked Jennifer to talk about the show with radio hosts Sarah and Vinny. Jennifer refused to be on the air to talk about the show for various reasons. Despite Jennifer's absence, Sarah and Vinny proceeded to talk about Jennifer on their show without using her real name, but instead using terms such as, quote, local loser and chicken butt, end quote. They also quoted Jennifer's ex-husband, announcing on the air that he said that she thinks she is a, quote, big skank, end quote. After the show, Jennifer filed a complaint for slander per se, invasion of privacy, negligent hiring, retention, and supervision of employees, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. So Infinity Broadcasting Corp. Ordered a motion to strike the plaintiff's complaint as a SLAPP suit. The trial court denied the motion, the defendant appealed the case, and went to the Court of Appeals. The Court of Appeals reversed the order, and the defendant won the case. The key questions of the case are whether the statements made by the radio host can be understood to state actual facts about Jennifer that are provably false, are the statements made by the radio host protected by the anti-SLAPP statute, and are the free speech rights of the radio hosts being violated by the trial court's decision. The trial court's decision to deny the defendant's motion was on the findings that the defendants were guilty for 3 of the 5 charges that Jennifer brought to court. These charges were slander per se, invasion of privacy, and negligent hiring, retention, and supervision of employees. So the case moved to the Court of Appeals. The Court of Appeals reversed this decision after applying the anti-SLAPP statute and granted the defendant's motion to strike. The Court of Appeals asserted that the statute is furthered by 2 interests: to ensure the valid exercise of freedom of speech and petition, and to encourage the continued participation in matters of public significance or matters that hold public interest. The statute allows for a special motion to strike a complaint by the defendant where the complaint is towards an activity regarding the defendant's right to petition and free speech. To apply the statute to a case, there is a 2-part test. First, it must be determined whether the causes of action by the defendant are in furtherance of either the defendant's right of petition or rights to freedom of speech in regard to a public issue. Second, it must be determined whether or not the plaintiff is a high probability of prevailing on his or her claims. If both tests are satisfied, then the legal questions are reviewed independently from the appeal. The Court of Appeals granted the defendant's motion to strike based on 2 main findings in the terms of the anti-SLAPP statute. First, the defamatory statements were regarding a television show that was receiving viewership and revenue, therefore the circumstances were in connection with an issue of public interest. Therefore, regulating the speech about this topic would be violating the defendant's rights to freedom of speech and would hinder the marketplace of ideas. Thus, the first requirement of the statute was satisfied. Secondly, none of the defamatory statements were actionable, so it could be determined that the plaintiff would not likely prevail on her claim. The court contended that the comments were statements of the speaker's subjective judgment, and they fall into the realm of classic rhetorical hyperbole, which cannot reasonably be interpreted as stating actual facts. The terms were also too vague to be capable of being proven true or false. In the disposition of the case, the defendant is granted motion to action and is awarded monetary damages for attorney and for appeal. This concludes my presentation of the case. Thank you for watching, and be sure to comment below.